Hey guys, so I wasn't gonna make a video today, I wasn't even gonna make one this week. But humans, man, humans. This week I've been asked a few questions that kind of took me outside of my character. The first question was, I'm 37 years old. Why do I want to start over? The second question was more like a statement. You have an 18-year-old. Your daughter is in college. Why on earth would you want to start over? And the last question is my favorite. Is the broad said, since you're gay and you said you always known you were different your entire life, why did you have children? And why do you want more children? As if being gay means you can't be an awesome ass parent. Because I'm just saying, I know some pretty kick-ass heterosexual parents. I know some kick-ass single moms. I know a couple of kick-ass single dads. And I know some awesome ass homosexual parents. What does that got to do with anything? What? I just don't care about stuff like that. I just feel like I don't care what your sexual orientation is. I don't care if you're African American. I don't care if you're Caucasian. I don't care if you're tall, if you're short, if you're pink, if you're blue. I don't care. As long as you are loving your child or your kids and taking care of them and making sure they are awesome citizens, do you boo-boo. That's just how I felt about it. So when she said that to me today, usually, let me backtrack. Usually, when people ask me questions regarding my fertility journey, because unfortunately, when you work in a work setting where it's more women than men, somebody's going to find out your business somehow, and then they going to go tell this person, and then that person going to tell that person, and so on and so on and so on. So typically, when somebody asks me a question regarding my fertility journey, typically I would just smile and I'll answer the question politely, like, well, you know, and I have to go through my whole history, which I feel like I shouldn't have to do. But how else am I supposed to answer this question without going through my entire backstory? Or I usually smile and then giggle a little bit and walk to my office pissed off, thinking to myself, if I wasn't at work and if I did not love my job and my career and my awesome paycheck, I will punch you in the throat. Like, that be my feelings, but I don't say anything. I just go to my corner, right? Today, that last question got a reaction. So when she looked at me and she told me, since I always knew I was different and since I am a lesbian, a proud one, married, 4 years strong, why did I birth kids and why do I want more kids since I'm gay? When she said that to me, I did not smile and I did not walk away. I responded with the same type of question towards her. I looked her dead in her face and I said, such and such. I'm not going to say her name. I said, such and such. If you knew you wanted to be a wife, because she just recently got married. So if you knew you wanted to be a wife and you wanted everything about the traditional marriage, you get married, you have babies, you buy a house, get a picket fence, get a little puppy with the black eye, you do your thing. If that's what you wanted to do, why did you go out here and have all these babies by all these different men first? Why you do that? Because that's confusing me. If you knew you was going to be a wife one day, why did you have these 7 kids by these 5 other men before you became a wife? She didn't appreciate that question, but somehow she thought I was supposed to appreciate her asking me that. I don't know what's wrong with people. And I really try hard to be open to people's reaction to my journey, because when it comes to infertility, nobody wants to accept that. That's the one thing that a woman can go through that nobody wants to speak of. Everyone thinks that you're a woman, you can have babies, you're going to have them, and that's it. And that's not reality. The reality is I'm 1 in 8. 1 in 8 women. It can be 16 women in a room right now. 2 of them are going to have some type of fertility issue. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to accept that. Everything is supposed to be hush. Anybody within this journey, we're supposed to be silent. And that's just not okay with me. That's not my reality. And I'll be the first to admit, I never wanted kids. I was that kid, you know. I was that kid. When I used to play with my dolls, those dolls was just people I was babysitting. I wasn't like the average kid that'd be like, oh, this is my baby. No, I was that kid, oh, I'm babysitting my babies. That was who I am, because I never wanted kids. And it wasn't that I did not like them, because I like kids. I babysat. I didn't want kids because I was afraid, because growing up, my siblings and I, we seen a lot of stuff within our home, and we witnessed our parents go through a lot of stuff with each other, that I was afraid I was going to put my kids through the same thing. And that's something I did not want. So I didn't want any kids until I got pregnant with one, okay? And once I had her, that was all that mattered to me. I could have had multiple children. I'm not ashamed. I've had abortions. I've been very open with that. I've unfortunately had miscarriages. I've been open with that. But for me, I found I was pregnant when I was 18 years old while I was on Depo. Okay? I thought I was protecting myself from getting pregnant, and I got pregnant anyway. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was already like 15 weeks. So the same day I found out I was pregnant, I found out what I was having. That was the moment I decided that, yes, I got goals, and I'm going to accomplish my goals. Yes, I'm in college. I'm going to finish college. Yes, I see a career in my future. I'm going to get that career. At that moment, those was the decisions I made for my life. I knew that I could still achieve those things with my daughter, but I knew that I could not achieve any of those things if I had 2 kids at the time, if I had 3 kids, if I had 4 kids, if I had 5 kids, 6, 7, 8, 9, however. The more kids you have, the more difficult it is. That's reality, especially when you're African American from the ghetto. That's just reality. So I made the decision to keep putting it on hold, because in my mind, I had time. I had plenty of time. I was only 19. I can have more kids in the future. I was 25. Oh, I can have more kids in the future. I'm 30. Oh, I can have more kids later on. I got time. And then now at 37, it's like, oh my God, my time is almost out. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that my desire went away. Me being out of the closet and happy doesn't mean that I shouldn't have more kids. I'm a rock star mom, and that's something that nobody can take away from me. I know that for a fact. I'm a rock star mom to mine, and I will be that same type of mom to how many other kids I choose to have. But that's what people need to understand, is that it's my choice. What worked for you works for you, you know? That doesn't mean that's gonna work for me. I can only go off of my time. I can't go off of your watch. Your watch not on my arm. So why are you trying to put me on your schedule? That's not how this works. That's not how my life works. And it took me a long time to get to this place. I used to let people get to me. I remember I had this friend who said, when you doing something wrong, you a girl. It's no such thing as fertility issues. All that's made up. It's no thing. And I had all my babies and I'm gay. I had them naturally. Go sleep with a dude and cheat on your spouse. And before I even met my wife, this is what was said. It was just like, are you kidding me? Everybody know what's right for you. And then people have this assumption that so much would change if I can have another child. And I'm looking at my life and I'm looking at my wife like, what is going to change? We are not. And I'm sorry to disappoint a lot of people. Those lesbians you see on YouTube, some of that be real. Most of that be bullshit. Okay? Everybody has this idea that if you're gay, you just living it up. Your life is just a luxury. You flying out to here, you hosting this event, and you don't got to worry about money, and you doing this and you doing that. And that's just not the reality for everybody. When it comes to my wife and I, we are normal as fuck. We are normal as hell, okay? We go to work. We come home. We cook. We eat dinner as a family. We talk to our kid about college and school, and we help with homework. We do normal shit. We plan dates, okay? It was a time when both of us was in school that we planned sessions, okay? We go on vacations like every other family. Like, what will be so different in our life once we have a baby? That baby will be eating dinner with us. While we at work, that baby be at daycare. Family vacations, that baby will be strapped up with us, enjoying the world just like we do, just like we do with my daughter. Like, what will be so different? What am I missing? Or what am I giving up by choosing to have another child at 37? If it was up to me, I would have had another child at 35. I would have had another one at 34. I would have had another one at 30. But unfortunately, that's not how my body works. And I just wish people stop trying to push their story onto somebody else. That's just not me. It's just not. And it's just so frustrating. And I was angry earlier because I allowed her to get me out of character. I'm usually not as rude because I am rude. I'm kind of a bitch sometimes, but we talk about it another time. I'm kind of, I get it from my mother. I get it. But when it comes to work or, you know, associates, I usually just keep stuff to myself and don't let it get to me. But that really bothered me. Like, what does me being a lesbian have to do with my ability to be a mama? Like, I am a kick-ass mama, and I know that for a fact. It was not easy raising my daughter, and I did it by myself with limited help from her dad. I had an awesome support system with my mama, with his parents, but as a whole, it was on me. I got myself through college with her. We got through going from struggling in DC to living a good life in Baltimore. We've been through a lot, and no matter what I went through, she never knew. And now I don't have anything to go through, and guess what? She don't know a difference. And I praise myself for that. Nobody can take my ability to be a mom away from me. So what does me being gay got to do with that? My gay ass money go buy diapers. My gas money gonna clothe them kids, that child or kids. Let's not speak multiples in existence because that's scary to me because your girl kind of premature down there. Multiples not gonna fit, but whatever. Back to the story. My gay money is gonna pay for daycare. I have an awesome gay-ass life, and our child is going to have an awesome gay-ass life. What does being homosexual got to do with one's ability to be a mom or to be a dad? Like, it's so, oh my God, it's so, I don't even understand why I even did this video, but I wish people stop asking insensitive questions. Sometimes, and I understand, you know, you really don't know what to say, you don't know what to do when it comes to someone being infertile, you're not familiar with that, so you don't know what to say. Sometimes not saying anything helps more than saying something. Like, just be there. Just, girl, you need anything? You looks down today. Come here, let me give you a hug. Sometimes a hug. And this is saying a lot for me because I am not a hugger. Sometimes a hug is worth anything you would ever say. Sometimes a hug is all you need, and don't say to others what you wouldn't want someone to say to you.